Hi, everyone. Welcome to Goodtaste. I'm Tanji Patton.
She's a familiar face on television.
Welcome to New York.
Tanji Patton, the host and executive producer of the television series Goodtaste with Tanji, seen by millions on a wide range of media platforms. But before traveling all over Texas to showcase the best restaurants and chefs in the state, Tanji spent nearly 20 years as an Emmy-winning anchor and investigative reporter, covering major breaking news like the war in Afghanistan, interviewing high-profile movers and shakers like Barbara Bush, getting national attention for helping to change outdated adoption laws in Texas, and even co-hosting Live with Regis twice during the show's nationwide co-host search. When it was time for a life change, Tanji turned to another passion, food and travel. Inspired by her trips exploring vineyards around the world with her husband Mike, Tanji created a show that not only celebrates food and wine, but the people she meets along the way. Goodtaste with Tanji is now in its 15th year. The show airs in 17 Texas markets, along with Oklahoma and Nashville. And before she sets off to find more of the best restaurants, chefs, food, and wine, Tanji is once again stopping by Houston Life.
All right, that is incredible, Tanji Patton. You have met so many people over the course of your career, and I've known you for years, but there are so many things that I didn't know about you until today. What's it like for you looking back at the life that you've built?
It's very humbling, and your piece was very nice. Thank you.
He does that to everyone.
Yeah, he has that effect. It's very humbling, but it comes from God above. I mean, this was truly a journey that was meant to be taken, and if it hadn't been for the blessings we've received, and I from the people we've worked with, our original sponsors, to meeting you all, we wouldn't be here today. And I think the good Lord above put all of these people in my path, in our path, for a reason. And I'm very humbled, and thank you for that. Was lovely. You put a lot of work into that.
When you see it, I feel like you're such a doer of things. It's so clear because you see all the pictures, but you never really stop and take a moment to appreciate, okay, wow, I've come really far and I've done all these things. Here you are with Lauren and Derek on, and thank you for being such a good friend of the show. So what advice do you have for someone? Because I think someone like you who's lived such a full, rich life, you want to know, okay, what's your secret? What's your secret sauce? What kind of advice would you give a viewer?
Well, I would say it's not over yet.
Oh no, not even close.
There's a lot more living to be done. You know, I think it's real easy to obsess in a moment and let worry kind of take over at certain times in our life.
Right.
And the reality is, I think everything is personal belief. I really think everything that happens to us for a reason. I had an incredible career in the news world. Investigative reporting was my passion. I absolutely loved it, still do to this day. I'm not writing off the possibility that I might one day, if investigative reporting ever comes back into the world of reality, I might be interested in that. But I think things happen for a reason. I had an aha moment driving down the freeway probably 7, 8 years ago, and contemplating, thinking about things going on, I thought, you know what? Everything I've been through up to this moment brought me right to where I am today. The skill sets I needed at a certain time happened because of something I may not have liked at the time, but they gave you an ability to cope and adapt and learn. And I would just say, you're here for a reason. There's purpose in everything you do, and don't discount hard work.
Love that.
Very good. And adaptability, too, Tanji, I think is your magical secret. I've read that you've always said fate has been on your side. And you know that old saying that life is, 10% what happens to you, but 90% the way you respond to it?
Yes.
That rings true for you, right?
Yes, absolutely. I have a friend that has a fun saying that if you're not having a good time, it's no one's fault but your own.
Oh, so
and
true.
No matter what the situation, that really is true. If you, I think, come from a perspective and try to see the good in things and not just the negative, we're bombarded with so much negativity. And no offense to wonderful folks here at Click 2, but the news media is largely to blame, because the reality is the model for news and information is based on fear, right? Good news rarely sells. I mean, do you see Good News leading?
We need more good news.
We need more
This
good
is why
news.
we do this show, because we want to lead with the happy,
Yes.
fun stuff.
You guys are the breath of fresh air. You celebrate all Houston does. It's wonderful, the great success stories here. And I think that's why this show has been so successful, is because people want to hear good news.
Happy
And there are
stuff.
so many amazing people in the world. They're unsung heroes. They're not the people we see on TV screens. They're the people behind the scenes doing incredible work. And those are to be celebrated. And we all need good news.
Absolutely. Speaking of incredible and good news, tell us about this royal connection you have with Princess Diana. I mean, tell me the backstory on that.
Oh, yeah, you guys need to taste his cake.
This is
what is
involved?
this?
Oh, my
Yes.
gosh. This is for us here.
So I had the
Piece?
privilege
Oh, oops.
of meeting her.
I'll eat mine with my hand.
There he is right there.
Personal chef?
Oh,
Darren
wow.
McGrady. So he was Princess Diane's personal chef. And when she and Charles kind of split ways, he moved. He had always wanted to come to America, and that was his opportunity to leave the royal family. And so he moved to Dallas, of all places. He lives north of Dallas. I had the opportunity, I was introduced to him. We've worked together several times. And on one of those occasions, he talked about the cake that he made that Princess Diana loved, and she would have teas. She would serve cakes like this. She always had a
is
diet
great.
version, which I thought was kind of a fun behind-the-scenes tidbit that most people probably didn't know.
It's like a cookie.
And it's like a cookie cake. And so when her son was getting married, I reached out to Darren and said, hey, can I get the recipe for that cake you told me about? So he said, no problem.
Great idea.
Send it to me. Goodtaste.tv had it before anyone else in the country
You're
had
kidding.
it. And it was really a big part of what helped our clicks take off.
That is really
This is
good.
great. This is great. Okay, real quick before we go, because we're a little tight. What was your most memorable moment, or one of your most memorable moments in filming your show?
Oh my gosh. You know, one of the most, I get asked a lot, do you ever eat anything you don't like? And
That's a
it
good
happened
question.
that I didn't not like it, Paul, but it happened at Chef's table, and he wanted me to eat the eyeball in this beautiful giant red snapper that they do there. They're known for it. It's delicious. I don't recommend the eyeball. That was probably the worst thing. It's like a glass ball, so you get through all the gristly stuff, and then it's a glass ball. It's not that the flavor's bad, it's the texture was bad. But I've always remembered that. That was.
Wouldn't you know, my appetite is gone.
Right, and Heather, that was an ode to you and your LASIK. Just eating the eyeballs, you know, it's fine.
Tanji, this
No,
is
this is
delicious.
amazing. This is
very,
amazing.
Very good.
It's a great recipe. It's on our website. Little shameful plug here at Goodtaste.tv.
Never too shameful. And speaking of food and wine, Tanji is going to stay with us for a look back at some of the Houston restaurants who have been a part of Good Taste since the very beginning.
Very, very nice.